Seriously, it's been 5 years that I've had this beginner's bike and can't ask for anything better. Giant Talon 4. This is a long overdue bike check that I've been wanting to do. So here it is. This is my one and only bike. I've had it since 2013. It is a 2013 model Giant Talon 4 with a few upgrades that I've done to it over time. And it has served me really, really well. As a beginner's bike, I can't recommend this bike more. So let's just start with, I guess, the front end here. Everything is pretty much new except for the wheel when it comes to the front end. Tires, I recently upgraded to Maxxis Ardent tires. The original Giant Kenda tires were completely bald. I rolled those out just until last year, and I finally decided to upgrade. These were cheaper. They were like 25 bucks each from I think I got it from Chain Reaction Cycles. So yeah, these tires are so much better. Front rotor, I upgraded 160 to a 180 Shimano rotor, and it's also a new Shimano hydraulic front brake. Then we're moving on to the fork. It's a Manitou Marvel 120 millimeter air fork, which is a huge upgrade from the original Suntour XCT coil fork that was just an absolute piece of crap. I rode that one for about 3 years until I went to this one, and it completely changes the bike. Oh my gosh. If you get a Giant Talon, I really suggest you go up to a Talon 2 or a Talon 1. Or if you could just get a 4 like this one and then upgrade the front fork, and it'll be just as good. I paid about, I think it was 230 bucks for that front fork. Awesome, awesome upgrade. Let's move up to the cockpit. I have the new grips on there. Rear brake is still the original Tektro brakes, original shifters, Shimano Aceras, 3x9 drivetrain, original Giant handlebar, original Giant stem, brand spanking new sticker in the front with a Spartan sticker. That's kind of cool. I did a Spartan race and didn't know where else to put that sticker. It kind of matches the bike, so I've left it on there. This is a size small frame. I'm 5'7", and it works out really well. I can maneuver it, the bike. I can do a lot of cool tricks with it. When you look at it, it kind of looks like a little dirt jumper trials bike in a way. When you look at the geometry of the frame, so I think it's kind of cool in that regard. And it's a great do-it-all bike for sure, and I think that's the main reason why I haven't upgraded, because I haven't had to go full suspension. I think my hardtail's been great. Seat stem, seat post and saddle are still the same, original ones. I have had to do some modifications to the saddle clamp, as you can see here. This is 2 bolts that actually go all the way up. I drilled it all the way up through to this clamp, bottom clamp, and let me focus in, and it holds the position of the saddle exactly where I want it to be. Like, I cannot move this, forward or backwards. Well, I can't angle it forward or backwards because of these 2 bolts, and that's exactly where I want it to be. It's at, I think, 0 degrees. I put a level on it before I did that, because I was too cheap to just go out and buy a new seat post and new clamp and a new saddle. So that's what I have resorted to. And this bike is not very expensive. I got it for about $700. That was the original MSRP. Moving forward, here's the original drivetrain. The only thing different about it is I got a new rear derailleur and then a new chain. Cassette and front cassette are still the same, 3x9. Shimano Dior rear cassette, rear derailleur. We got new pedals. The rear, same thing, 27.5, 2.25 Maxxis Ardent tires. Replaced the old Giant Kenda tires. The rear, I upgraded the rotor from a Tektro 160 to a Shimano 160, so there's not that much difference. It still uses the original Tektro hydraulic brakes, and I think that's about it. There's not much else. If you guys have any questions, any comments, feel free to let me know. But yes, in terms of a beginner's bike, this is a really, really good bike for beginners. Well, in actuality, I think any hardtail is a great beginner's bike to start you off on. It's not going to break the bank. It's going to be able to handle the trail, and you'll be able to progress using a hardtail. Giant Talon is an awesome beginner's bike, and really that's why I bought this bike, because at the time, back in 2013, I didn't want a full suspension bike that was going to break the bank. I wanted a bike that was going to be reliable, and I wanted a bike that can ride the trails and so that I can progress on. So this is that bike. Any bike brand that is legitimate, not some Walmart bike brand like Huffy, bike brands that you see at a bike shop, you can't go wrong. So there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it somewhat informative. If you guys are looking for a new beginner's bike, like I mentioned many times, I think this is a great bike to choose. It has the possibility of being upgraded without breaking the bank either. So I think all in all, this bike, all the money that I've put into it with the little upgrades and everything, it ended up costing me a little over $1,000 total now. But, you know, that's the price you pay whenever you actually enjoy the sport and you start to wear things out. So I honestly did not start upgrading parts on this bike until a year and a half ago, when things actually did start to wear out, and I needed to change. So for example, the front fork, it just had to be changed. I changed the drivetrain chain. I had to replace the rear derailleur because it was really worn out, and I changed out the pedals and the grips, and I swapped out the front brake for something a little bit larger. So all in all, I didn't make too many big upgrades to this bike because I know it is a beginner's bike, and you don't want to just throw too much money into it. But in total, it's a little over $1,000, including the original price of the bike. So there you have it, guys. Any questions or comments, please leave them for me, and I will gladly get back with you guys. Have a great day.